to their underlying, and neither have we, but it is challenging.
You were speaking earlier about Africa, and obviously Africa has had a pretty torrid time of it in a number of countries around COVID, and I wonder what role do you see, be it Australia, but more broadly the Commonwealth in particular, to respond in countries like various countries in Africa, but also thinking about our Pacific neighbours. Australia is quite a wealthy country. We're the 13th largest economy in the world. The UK is the 5th largest economy in the world. Still, even despite losing 20% of its GDP in a quarter earlier this year. What's the responsibility for those who are wealthier and more developed to make sure that we're looking after those around us who maybe don't share that level of affluence?
Well, we all have a commitment to global humanity, and Commonwealth serves as a loose association with clubs, so we should be sharing where there are demonstrated needs and where there are demonstrated capacities to be of assistance to meet some of those needs. We should be willing to do so. Australia is stepping up to do far more in the Pacific, and as an ANZ banking, Australian New Zealand banking executive here in Sydney, I work very closely with my colleagues right across the Pacific, large places and small places, to bring banking services. Technology does, I think, give capacity to do far more in those places than we might previously been able to do. I think about all the work we did in East Timor, bringing on a new country, a new democracy, not easy, not straightforward, but what more we can do now with technology. The same applies in Africa. There's all sorts of different stages of development across Africa. There's 58 countries, I believe. Someone will correct me, in Africa. I've not been to that many, but it's a continuing challenge. But the same goes for parts of South America as well. So there's roles that we can play in the Caribbean. There's roles that we can play. There's never been a stepping back from wealthy countries to help those that are in need. It's about what's the most appropriate way to do it. What's the most appropriate percentage of a country's GDP. That goes up and down from time to time, but I think you'll find there's always been a commitment to help, and the Commonwealth can play its role by trying to orchestrate good support, good assistance in combination with other world authorities, UNICEF, United Nations, peacekeeping, a whole range of other areas. That Commonwealth is it's an international organisation that has real merit and has huge flexibility to provide from its members support to those that they deem appropriate to support.